Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. 'Tis I, the Fellwing Knight, is always coming to you live from another freaking live stream. Hope you guys are having a fantastic, what day is today? Wednesday, hump day! A fantastic hump day. I always am because I am off, and being off is just superior to being at work 1,000% of the time. That's how it goes. It's how it freaking goes, how it presents itself, and the very truth of the matter is you're gonna have more fun, you're gonna be better off at home than you are at work. And that's just science. It's just mathematics. It's just the simple bare necessities. It's true, though. It is very, very true. So today, we're starting with a little bit of some diggy action. We are in the process of trying to get rid of all of the remaining blocks here. Oh no. Oh no. And of course I gotta get rid of this one. I'm sad. Are you kidding me, dude? Already? It's the first line, man. Unreal, man. Unreal. Unfreaking real. Alright, let's go get our sponges and we'll fix up this issue. Hi, Echo. Hi, babies. Hi, honey. What are you doing? What are you doing, honey? Hello, ma'am. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello? Echo Tin. Echo. Okay, back your head up, please. Thank you. Crack, baby. There was like a single crumb of croissant on my pants, and she was like, I must have the freaking crumb now. She acts like I literally didn't just give her a piece of my croissant also. It's like, how dare you not give me all of your croissant? What kind of monster are you? Ooh, that would help if it was that we needed to dry. Yes. Oh, yes. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday, hump day, whatever you want to call it. Hope you guys are doing something fun and we're making something good, or, you know, just trying to get through the day at work. That is also, you know, a distinct possibility. Sitting at the office and you're like, damn, I want to be home. I feel it. I understand. That's me every single day. Just want to be home. Given the opportunity, you know, it never makes sense to me because they're always like, why do you want to work here? Well, I really don't, to be honest with you. I more so just need a paycheck and I need money so that I can spend as much time as possible at home. What are you passionate about? Not being homeless and being able to provide to, you know, buy food. Okay, great. Like, I feel like genuinely that's how interviews should go now. Because no one is applying to a company because they're like, you know what would be a really fun thing to do is if I just decided to work, right? We're all there because we need monies for our dogs, our animals, our hobbies, whatever the hell it is. We all need monies for that. And, you have to get a job basically to do that, or you have to be an inventor of some kind and a social engineer of some kind. You have to write something. You know, you have to do some work somewhere to make it so that you don't have to work. Or you have to work. Those are really the only two options. And you don't have much of a choice, I would say. I don't know the statistics on this, but I would venture to say 90%, 95% of people, maybe higher than that, 98% of people need to work to survive, right? If you stop working, you basically stop surviving. In a capitalistic society, you stop working, you stop surviving. Now, of course, there are people who, you know, stumbled in or made something, sold it for a lot of money, and those people don't have to work. Those people, they still put in the effort, right, for however long it took them to create whatever it was. But, you bastard. Oh, no, he let us sleep. All right, good. But it's still an issue, you know? If it were up to me, I would never go to work again in my life, right? That's not even a question. It is literally, I would not be here ever again. Doesn't matter. Like, I have never loved my job or anything like that, so I don't know what that feels like. But no, I'm not coming back. If I didn't need the money, there is literally a 0% chance that I would go to work. And if I did, genuinely, the only reason that I would do so is to potentially find an easier way to, like, go out with someone or whatever. That would probably be it. Like, to make friends or build relationships of some kind. That would be it. It wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I just wanted to work so bad. No. No one wants to work that bad. No one. And like all the posters in like every job I've ever been in, it's like, you have the ability to work. Don't let anyone take that away from you. It's like, it should very much be the opposite. It should very much be like, you have the ability to work. You have the ability to do anything you want. So find something that's going to make you a fuckload of money and make it so you barely have to work ever a day in your life. That's really what the poster should say. But, you know, a corporate environment would never advocate for such a thing. It just wouldn't. It never has, it never will. And that's kind of life in general, right? They want you to work. You know why? Because if you aren't working, if they can't get any employees, you are not making money. Or the company is making less money, right? If you can't get anyone to, you know, do any of the tasks that a corporation needs you to do, the corporation itself is not going to make money because one person can't do it all themselves, right? Even if you're the CEO, you cannot go and, I don't know, stock shelves if you're a grocery store or whatever. You can't go and greet all the guests or the team or the employees or anything. You can't go and greet all the customers. You can't service all the customers. You can't check out all the customers. Whatever you want to call them. You can't do it. So that CEO is like, you know what I really need? I need a manager. Someone that can supersee the day-to-day operations of my chains, of my corporation, of my store, of my mom and pop shop, whatever the fuck it is, you know? I need someone to oversee this. And then they basically just start adding positions to fit their needs so that they have to do less. And that is their overall goal, right? Okay, I want to grow this big enough where, as a CEO, I can focus on the broader steps, the bigger objective, the bigger mission. And I feel like it's just one of those things that is such a catch-22. No one wants to work, right? but you have to survive, and it's very, very obnoxious when you have to work and you don't want to work. Because I personally would, if I didn't have to work genuinely, you would never see me in another working environment ever again. Unless it was something I was, like, deeply passionate about. Then, you know, I'm all in. I'll bust my ass for it, but not a fucking chance otherwise. Literally 0% chance. 0. What's this rant about? I'm ranting about having to work. I happen to be off today, but I am ranting in particular about not wanting to work and having to work. And I feel that a capitalist society such as America kind of gets you in this mindset of like, yeah, you should always want to work. And it's like, no, I don't fucking want to work at all. If I didn't have to, I would not be here. Would not. That's what the rant's about. I don't know. You know me, I kind of rant about things. From time to time, I just do it. And it's very unintentional when and what I start ranting about, to be honest. But it just kind of happens, and it's good for me to get things off my chest, so.
A follower approaches. Welcome to the night crew.
Thank you so much for that follow, Grace. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Giving me a mini heart attack, making me jump a little bit. Appreciate you. Welcome. Hard-hitting question that might get me canceled. What was that noise? Oh. God, I thought I broke my pick. His freaking armor broke in the sunlight. I was like, there's no way my pick was that close to breaking. There's no freaking way. Weird. He must have had very low durability on his helmet already. And it just, every tick of the sunlight, he takes another damage and then, you know, bursts into flames when his helmet comes off. Bursts into flames when his helmet comes off. I also have done the thing, Mr. Latte. Sir Latte of the coffee table. Yes. I have done the thing. I have added 7 new... I'm going to call them voice acting. No. I haven't done that thing yet. I haven't done that thing. Don't get too antsy here. Don't get too antsy here. Whoa. Holy shit. I love that that's immediately what you go for, though. You're like, holy shit, he installed a bot. No, I did not do that. No, I did what I said I was going to do last night, and I added, I believe, 7 new sound effects. Hey, how is everything? It's going very well. We're just digging out some river here so that we can make a stained glass river once it is all dug out. How are you doing today? Yeah, but no, we did not do that part. Add notifications on screen. What do you mean? They come up for me on screen. Like, it literally pops up on my screen when I do it. So those should be there. Like, when a follower comes up, it should be there. But maybe I screwed something up there. We don't see it. Hold, please. Hold on. I have an idea. Hold on. I might be able to do this. Which one is this? Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Shoot, I can't do it right now because I don't know which one it is, but I will work on that. I will work on that. I will add that to the list as well, because for me it pops up. I just got to figure out how to make it pop up for you guys. But that shouldn't be too hard, but I'll add it to the list. Because that's one thing I actually meant to have a while ago, and I set it up for me, but I never actually asked or tested to see if it worked for anyone other than me. So that's my bad. No, the list is getting shorter. I did 7 voice recordings yesterday. 7. We did 7. I couldn't tell you which ones I added, but I added a bunch. And there's only a few left that I still need to add, so we're getting shorter every day. Like, there's only a couple more sound effects on there that I need to make. Got to figure out what I want first, and then we'll make it. But I know that I want to do some notifications. So I would like... I'm going to do 20, 25, 50, 75, 100, and 200 gift subs. Yeah, I'm going to do all of those. I added random gift sub. That is one of the ones. Tier 2 gifted. I don't know if I added a tier 2 gifted yet. I did add if an anonymous gifts a sub, if a regular person gifts a sub, if someone gives 5 subs, if someone gives 10 subs. There's some others that I can't think of right now. But I added like 7 sounds today. So I'm making progress. That's all you need to be aware of. I'm making progress. And for whatever reason, I just keep recording them myself instead of like looking for an actual sound on the internet. I don't know why, but I find it way more funny when I hear my own voice pop up. I don't know why, but I keep doing that for sure. Yeah, but I know for sure that I need to add 20, 25, 50, 75, 100, and 200 for gift subs. We definitely need to add those. Like, I don't think the 200 or the 100 will ever happen, or the 75 will ever happen. But I want to have the notification just in the off chance that someone does, I guess. So I'm going to make those probably after today's stream. Like, I already got those added to the list, replaced the ones that I took off the list already. And then you might get a job one day. Yeah, fair. I mean, assuming like you get your master's, right? The next step after a master's is either you're going to study to become get a doctorate, or you're going to go and find a job with your master's. That's usually how the chain of command goes. You'll do one of the 2 things. Or you'll go and be like, once you get a master's, you'll get a second master's. I guess that is also an option. It is also an option. That is also an option. Who knows? like I said, I want to add them just because, like, I have a list. It probably has, 30, 40 things on it right now. Some things are very simple. Some things belong to a category. So there's like 20 different commands I want to add, for example. But those fall under the category of add the bot. So until I add the bot, I can't add the 20 commands, if that makes sense, So we're going to do that at some point, most likely. And then, so like I have categories for like sound effects. I have categories for visual effects. I have categories for emotes, categories for bots, and a couple more categories that I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. But the list has gotten shorter, so that's great news. That is great news for you guys. Not really for me, because, I still really, really enjoy the hashtag not professional streamer. But it is more for you guys, since you've kind of, I'm not going to say demanded it, but you've kind of demanded it. So we'll go ahead and eventually we will have everything on that list completed. Fly infinitely with the, do you mean like doing the like up and then the down and the swooshing motions and stuff like that? Or do you mean the old bow trick that you can do by shooting yourself with an arrow and propel yourself through the air? Because you used to be able to do that. Before fireworks worked for elytras in Minecraft, you used to have to get a punch 2 bow with infinity, and you would basically like, you would do this, but like shoot yourself like up like that, and then it would hit you, and then that would allow you to boost yourself into the air, and then anytime you needed to do more, you just would shoot yourself in the air and do it. 10,000 blocks, huh? Interesting. Very interesting. I actually did not know how much you could fly with an elytra, to be honest. 10,000 blocks, huh? Interesting. You've seen the bow clips? Yeah. Honestly, I kind of liked that a little bit better, because at least it required some skill. Granted, it was a pain in the ass, but it required some skill to do it. And I think because they think elytra is so overpowered, that would be a good way to keep it fixed. Because they're like, once you get an elytra, you never walk again. And for the most part, that's pretty true, right? Like, I'll still walk around my builds to look at them and such, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to fly over. Also, where did Oliver... Oh, I was like, where did our gravel go? I think genuinely we would have been done with this already had we not shave off a massive chunk of the cliff here. Like, genuinely, I think we would have been done already. But, gotta make things more difficult for myself. If I don't, what's really the point, What's the point? What's the deal with that? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You bet your ass, little Timmy. I gotta think of what I want to do for like the big gift sub rewards also, because I don't know what I would want to do for any of those. You know, like I want to make something obviously that stands the fuck out for some of those big ones that you like stop and you're like, Jesus, what just happened? I just don't know what that is yet. Like all of these I wing, literally. I just load up my recording software and I just literally wing it. Like, oh, what sounds am I going to make? I have no idea. I'm just going to randomly talk into the mic and figure shit out. Things that I've heard, voices that I can do, things from video games. It's kind of random, all of them, honestly. Oh, we're already at 48. I see. Well, we're too low. We're too low. Thought we had way more to go there. Whoopsie doodle. Oh my Jesus. Jump off of an angle of 32.5 degrees, and as soon as you're about to hit the floor, pitch up to 49. Then you reduce the angle by 10. Every one back to 30, 250, and gain about 20 blocks of height per doing this. Yeah, used to have to do that as well, but again, with rockets, there's really no need, right? There's really no need. I will tell you as well, I definitely do have a favorite notification sound, but I'm not going to ever tell you guys which one that is. Like, why is this a thing? That's a great question. Why is the nether 8 blocks? Like, 8 times the overworld. Why is that a thing? I don't know. It's all kind of random and arbitrary. It feels, honestly, like the Imperial system is something that hasn't been played. It is something I just added today. It feels like they do a lot of things that they do for like an arbitrary thing, though. Like, they want you to do weird math in this game. So just like the Imperial system, where they just randomly do stupid shit, you know, 1 foot is 12 inches. 12, or how many? So you'd logically think, okay, so 12 inches or 12 feet is 1 yard. Nope. 3 feet is 1 yard. It's like, oh, okay. Well, how many yards equal a mile? There's no calculation for that. Sorry, I don't know. Okay, well, how many feet's a mile? That's easy. We picked a number that you could remember for the rest of your life. 5,280. Okay, cool. I feel like Minecraft is the exact same way. They're just like, they do it like this. Let's get a purple bed this time. They just do it like that, and it's so weird. If you travel 80 blocks in the nether, how far have you traveled in the overworld? Well, that's easy. Times it by 8. Okay, why? So you mean you've traveled 640 blocks? Great news. Why? Okay, we got our first ads here in 6 seconds. Let's go ahead and be right back. Da, 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 da. Arrest me, but make it sexy. All right, we are back in action. Back in action. Oh, did we unmute? Did we mute? We didn't mute in the first place. All right, nailed it. Hashtag professional streamer. It's a good thing I wasn't talking shit. Good thing I was not talking le shit. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, maybe I do some like singing. Even though I'm not a good singer, maybe I do some like awful, intentionally bad, horrific singing as one of the alerts. That sounds kind of fun, honestly. Yeah. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remix the Josie's on a vacation far away to have to do with people like subscribing or something. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna try to sing it so awful. Like I want it to literally be like nails on a chalkboard. Like you hear that and you're like, oh my god, why? Why would you do that? I think that's what I want to do. I think that's what I want to do. Oh, that sounds so fun to me right now. I don't know why. A little diabolical, but kind of fun. Kind of hilarious. Oh, yes. That's fun. That is fun. Yes. How goes the studying today? Have we learned anything today? Have we retained any information that we've learned? Have we been able to actually study in a way that makes us learn more information? For me, I've always been one of those people that, like, I will look at the information either 5 minutes before I'm about to take the test and then be fine for the test, or I just won't study at all for the test and I'll also be fine. And I do that frequently with a lot of things. Probably bad, but I've found more often than not when I try my ass off to prepare for something, the more I prepare, the less good I actually do with whatever it is, which is really, really weird. But if I fly by the seat of my pants and literally pull it out of my ass, I do much better with whatever it is than if I sit there and prepare for ages, you know? And it's very weird because that's not how that should work, but it does. It absolutely does work in that regard. Like, I'm so much better. If you give me, you know, 5 minutes notice and tell me to be prepared for something, I am all over it. But if you give me 3 weeks notice and tell me to be prepared for something, I'm going to procrastinate anyway, right? So, like, I'm not going to even look at it until the next day, the day before that it's actually due. But 2, it's going to be way worse off, and I don't know why that is, but I do it all the flipping time. Which is also probably why I don't prepare at all in Minecraft. I don't know. Who flippin' knows here? Let's go through the arch. Wow, beautiful. If we can stomach it, we should really try to finish the pillar today. Like, it kind of needs it. We should really try to do that. It would behoove us to do such a thing, but you know, we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. I will tell you that Jeffrey is also safe for a very long time at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't know how he got on top of our chest, but as a result of him being there, he's pretty safe for a long time. I literally have no idea how he got there. Or if you can tame armadillos. I have no idea about that either. I wonder if you can. Kind of cool. Be kind of cool if you can tame ladillos. Where's my music? I feel like it's like not on. There we go. It felt a little bit quiet, and I don't like that, but you know how it goes. I am actually making real adult food today, by the way, and I use a ingredient that probably people outside of Asian nations, Asian countries, most likely do not enjoy very much. And that is white miso paste. Lurk! Sorry, no bot yet. No professional streamer yet. We did add some more notifications last night, but we did not add any bots. But hello, Lighthouse, enjoy your lurk. I'm going to continue ranting about, you know, whatever. But I am making a, like, what is it called? Parmesan chicken? No. Why am I drawing a blank on this right now? What the hell is that called? Chicken parmesan. There we go. I am making a chicken parmesan pasta. And we use a little bit of white miso paste in the crock pot to like help with things. And I think white miso paste is such an underrated freaking ingredient. It's so good. But I like took all my chicken not breasts. I took all my chicken thighs and I cleaned them up. I got rid of most of the fat and, you know, any of the bits that the butcher may have missed. Got rid of all of that, cleaned them all up nicely, and then salt, pepper, oregano. I did some Mediterranean seasoning. We did some garlic and onion powder. We did some actual garlic in there, and then some real basil and some sage. Real, obviously, like not the fake stuff, not the powdered stuff. Then I did some crushed tomatoes in for the sauce and a can of tomato paste. Put in about, I don't know, a metric shit ton of some freshly grated Parmesan, which is pretty good. And then I added some chili flakes just for a little bit of a kick in there. And the best part is when I add the cheesy ingredients, which will be like high protein cottage cheese and high protein cream cheese and stuff like that. It's going to be really good, I think. But I added a little bit of white miso paste into like the tomato and stuff too, just to add that a little bit of umami. And I love it. It's so good. I think we also should try to make some like enchilada sauce soon, because that sounds delicious. And 360. Oh, damn. Really? Really? Trying to do it with one flick of the wrist there. I could not. I did not succeed. Yum. I think we have to go and rough up our pathway quite a bit as well at some point. Although it looks good and cohesive, there's something about it that just makes me feel like I really need to add a bunch of like broken pieces to it, which we should probably do. I think it'll look good, but it'll be a real pain in the ass to do so if that is what we desire. But probably worthwhile, genuinely. Where's our line? There's our line. There's our line. I think this will be the last little bit that we dig out for today. We dug quite a bit yesterday, and as a result, I don't really feel like digging a metric ton today. So we'll dig a little, like 2 little sections here. This will be the second little section, and that'll be fine for today for that purposes. And then part of me wants to add to the mountain a little bit. You're either over there or over there and try to link up at some point. To do that, we could go build a couple trees. Not sure. Could do a lot of things though. And at some point we definitely should. How's our inventory? Looking great. Only like 7 more layers to go here. Not too bad, not too shabby. And we should also replace our beacon over here as well and just have that ready for tomorrow when we go to dig. Should do that. Is importante. Shovel is taking a beating here. Do gotta be very careful not to let that break. Very careful. It's so funny to me how this project is constantly evolving, by the way. We did not plan on doing a glass river, as evidenced by this. This tells me that I was like, we're just going to make the whole bottom of the river look really pretty with these dark blocks, and we're going to call ourselves a day. That is obviously not what we did, but, you know. It's all good. We're also going to leave our beacon bases for quite some time, too, because I just remembered that we actually have to remove one more layer. We have to go to 49 because we're going to need a lot of different colors at the very, very bottom. So we do need to dig this out one more freaking block. But one more layer should not be anything, really. We may just have to... I mean, honestly, we could just start now and get all of that stuff, and then we wouldn't have to come back for it. Inventory's full. Inventory is full. Dude, look how much stone we have. We're almost up to our third column here of a stone chest, which is pretty snappy. A lot of granite, a lot of andesite. We're on 2 chests of both of these things. That's pretty crazy. That here and here. Damn it, that was andesite. It was andesite and not what we originally thought it was. Good. Let's go ahead, take out... Let's just do our replacement shovel right now. I don't feel like waiting till the very last second. We should bring a pick, I guess. And we don't currently need a hoe, so we can get rid of that. Get rid of that inventory slot, and good to go. Yeah, we should definitely do that over in this area at least, because then we don't have to move the beacons back over here. So we should at least dig it down one more layer, and I should have thought of that beforehand, but I didn't, so it is what it is. So we'll also dig this down to Y level 49 instead of 50 then, so that the ground is really easy to place there. Obviously we need to do the sides first, but in theory that's not going to take that long, right? And I'm also not truly sure how important the sides are. You're not going to be able to see a lot of it. You're not going to be able to see a lot of it. So I'm not sure how much it matters, but I still want it to maintain its shape, so we will do that. Oh, that was Echo. Okay. I thought that was the other one. Need to get more parrots in the trees. We have many things to do here. Many things. What I think is kind of funny, though, that I'm not sure if people realize or not. Once we're done with this project, we will change all of our rewards, pretty much. Just about all of them. So, like, the amount of parrots and everything in here is what will be here, and that's it. Amount of parrots, the amount of things done, you know, all of those things kind of cusp into it. I know we're still a long ways away from finishing this, though, so at the moment, we don't need to worry about that. We just gotta break one block in front of the other, and soon we'll be walking out the door. If you know that reference, you're old. I'm sorry to say, you are old. Very, very old. Alright, stone in the last one here. Good. Dirt right here. We're on... Oh, we're not on into it yet. We're almost on to our next chest of andesite, though. Get rid of that. And we got to keep our torches. Good to go there. God, it's starting to smell so good in here now. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half, and it's starting to smell so good already. You can smell that sage and that basil. Oh, it smells so good. Love it. Absolutely love it. Alright. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. All of this digging really has not been that bad, by the way. Really hasn't. You know what I am wondering here, though? We might be able to save ourselves some glass, because there's some things I'm unsure if you'll be able to tell in here when the glass is here. And we should probably do a little test on that too, just to determine if that is the case. Like, I kind of want to shape this like a river, all right? What I mean by that is like have like a boat shape, I guess, is how I would best describe that. A boat shape. And if we do that, I just don't know if you'll be able to tell that that there is different levels, or if you'll just look down and you'll see the glass and it just does not look like that at all. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But we'll have to for sure do a small scale test and just see if we can do that. Although we should probably test it in creative instead of this world, because I don't want to waste all the glass. Like a very, very small section, because we could make it pretty damn fast with the creatives on the different server. Maybe we test that out. Feels right. Because I've never really done it before. Well, I've done it on a flat surface before, but I've never done it on like a curvy, wavy surface, so I don't know how that comes out and how it's represented. I think that is something I definitely want to look into a bit. Alright, one more inventory, and then we should be right as rain, good to go. We're getting a lot more stone than anything else right now, also. Look at that. Oh, so close. So close. Look at all our coal, too. That's a lot of coal. That is a lot of coal. Are we on to the next chest yet? Nope. So close. 8 more blocks, and we're on to the next diorite chest. 8 more blocks. So we have 2 double chests of sand. I really should get all the coal that we have and try to smelt that. Really should do that. Also, I kind of want to set up a little lava area for us today. Do you think that would be very beneficial? I'm trying to think of any areas that are made out of stone that we could do that in. Because obviously if you do that next to wood, the house will not last. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum-dum. So we do need to dig down one more layer as discussed here so that we are prepared for when it comes. It's less that we'll have to do later, and then we can just kind of get to placing. But we're going to need so much sand and so much gravel. It's actually going to be kind of insane how much we need. Alright. Beautiful. And let's see if we can't dig this one more layer. So we're digging it down here so that it's easy for us to just place all the blocks we want to place. And once we do our test, that will determine if we're going to build up the sides or not, or if we're going to leave it flat. If you can't tell if it's flat or not, we're going to leave it. If you can look down and see that it's different, then we need to build up the sides, and it will take slightly longer, which is fine. That is fine. I was wrong about the one more time, by the way. We need to go back at least one more time. One more time. Then we can get all of that dug down to 49, and we'll only have to put a few more beacons back. We need to build Parrot the Panda a little sanctuary as well, I think. All right, slot 3 full. It's a lot. It is a lot. And boom, 2 full chests of diorite. Oh, look at that. That's huge. Huge. Dirt and gravel. Good news is we are getting a little bit of gravel. Not a whole lot, but enough. Maybe. There's a very good chance we need to go and collect a lot more gravel, to be honest, but that's okay. That's okay if it happens. Not a whole lot of gravel down here. Well, we might have to go and mine a bunch at bedrock layer, and that's why we could get a lot of gravel. Because just in filling up this floor, if it's flat, is going to take us a lot of sand and gravel. Because we need to make a lot of different colors of concrete powder or concrete. Maybe a mixture of the two. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, really, but we might do a mixture of the two. And I kind of want to play with some glazed terracotta as well, just to see if we could potentially do it in the same way. Because if we can, that would be really kind of cool. For those of you who don't know anything about color theory, if you put complementary colors basically on top of each other, you're able to make darker hues and saturations than you would be if you just used the color green, for example, right? And that's basically how it works. That's like a really dumbed down version of it, but we're going to be using color theory to make different colors of water in here. And we're doing that by placing a lot of what's going to seem very random at first. Very random blocks that are kind of everywhere. So it's going to look very random, very bright, and it will for a very long time until we get the glass in. But in the end, it should be what we're looking for, and that is all we really care about. So another water cave. There's no squids that can spawn in it, but all right, got it. Oh, we have ads. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Little short, quick break. Nice and easy. Okay, so that should be where we're stopping, I think. Right there. Go! Go! Good. Yep. Let's get all of this down. One more layer here, and then it'll be ready for placement. There is going to be a bunch of water under this moss, though. That is going to be slightly annoying. Inventory's full again. Good lord. We do have 3 beacons here already, though, so really we're only going to have to redo that section there, which won't be too bad. Won't be too bad. I like how he keeps scooting on all of my chests. He's scooted many, many times. I don't even know what scoot's used for, but he does it a lot. Diorite is taking the lead, but andesite is close behind. Granite trailing off. Da na 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 na. Yeah, there's water underneath all of it, isn't there? Yeah, I may have forgotten about that a little bit. No worries. No worries. In theory, it's fine. I don't think it really has that much of an effect on us, honestly, because we don't need to drain it. So, yeah. And I don't really care if I get any of these moss blocks back either. Don't really care. So, in fact, let's just get rid of them so that we don't have to deal with them. Let's go ahead and sleep. Next break, I really need to grab myself another water. We are out. Oh, look. More water, dude. Holy smokes. This is exactly what I keep talking about when I am bitching about underwater caves, by the way. It's this. It is precisely this. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Maybe we can petition Mojang to get rid of underwater caves. We do need to do this, though. We do need to fill this in, actually. So I guess the moss could be a good indicator for that. So let's just grab all of that moss. Might as well use it. It's here. We either use that or we use stone. Doesn't really matter, but does need to get used for the purposes of getting rid of this layer of water and having a platform in which to build on. Both of those things are needed and very easy to do. So we'll go ahead and do it. And if we ever feel the need, we're compulsed by whatever possesses us, we can also come back here and empty this water, but I really have zero desire to do it, as it is too low. So I am just going to leave it under this moss, and we're going to forget about it, that it ever even existed in the first place. And that should be really easy. Nice. Filled in the whole thing. I guess we'll just get rid of that as well. And some granite. Sure. Under the beacon. Easy. Fine, fine. We'll get rid of that too. Don't you worry. Okay, clear under the beacon so that we can make that nice and clean. And then we can actually kind of get rid of the beacons too if we need to. I actually don't need to do the sides if we're doing the U shape, right? The boat shape. So that's a little bit less digging that we'll have to do. And anytime I don't have to dig for that long is a great, great time. Look how much coal we're getting. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I really should have just done this to begin with so that everything was the right layer, but I didn't account for needing to place blocks at the very bottom. And, you know, here's our struggle as a result. Excuse me. Excuse me. Good lord. Burp came out of freaking nowhere. We gotta watch our pick's durability. It's getting real low here. Can't afford to break another pick here. Okay, we need to stop right now. I mean, we could because we have 24 pickaxes, but still, like, anytime we have to make a new pick is a pick that we don't have. Let's go back, pick everything up, and I guess let's get rid of this watering hole as well. Alright, perfect. Let's go back. We'll trade out our pickaxe. Make a new beacon. And we'll finish digging out all of layer 50 so that we can actually get to the layer that we need to be at, which is 49. Dirt, moss, diorite, andesite. Hey, we're on to chest 3 of that. 49, look at that. Oh, beautiful. So much copper, too. I am excited to be able to use all those things. Okay, so we've used 3, 6, 9, 11 pickaxes of our 24 already. Great. Oh, wait. Did we have iron already? Could we make a beacon base? Yes or no? Close, but no cigar. Very close. How's our elytra? It's doing all right. I guess if there's enough iron here to make the beacon and to do other things, we will. Okay, so we just need like that much more, and I guess we can trade those 5 stacks. Trade all of this, get a little bit more of the emerald front, and hopefully get enough XP. There we go. Elytra fully repaired. We got enough for our beacon base. Got a little bit of emerald action. You know, all good. Yeah. So the next one needs to be like literally right up against this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a real shame I won't be able to eat any of this chicken parmesan tonight because it smells so flippin' good in here right now. It's a real shame, honestly. Real shame. We'll have to wait till tomorrow at lunch to have some of it. The reason for that is it will not be ready for another 2 hours or so. And we do not eat after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We do not eat after that time. Also, my ears just like popped and I can't hear a fucking thing. Cannot hear a damn thing right now. It's bizarre. We literally have 4 beacons in a row right here, by the way. Let's continue getting this layer then. And it looks like we're going to be able to go all the way up to about the squid farm with the current beacons that we have. So that's really nice. And we didn't actually screw up that bad then. Don't need to replace any beacons or anything like that. Just literally need to add the beacon block, add an iron ingot, and we're right as rain, good to go. I do want to take a look at our statistics very soon here as well and just see what we're kind of looking at in terms of stone. Because it's probably pretty high at this moment. We have been doing quite a bit of digging. I don't think we're quite at the 1,000,000 mark yet, but I do feel like we're gaining on it. Maybe like 300,000 or 400,000. I don't think we're that close to 1,000,000 yet, but little by little. Do we have our bed on us? We do. Alright, let's patiently wait, and by patiently wait, I mean let's clear out the underside of the beacon while we're waiting. And, nope. There we go. There we go. Take the bed back, and let's continue. If we really wanted it to, we could get all of this coal and such as well, but I have no interest in doing that. I wonder if you can still build carpet dupers in this game, because we really need to get a super smelter. Like, really badly. I would love to be able to smelt, you know, a full stack or 2 full stacks of of items every like 6 seconds or whatever it is. That would be nice. And if we can make the carpet duper to make that happen, that would be even better. I just don't know that it's possible to make anymore, and I don't know how to do it if it is. So maybe that's something we look up and potentially do here. Be a lot easier than cultivating lava, because you still have to be involved in that. Whereas the carpet duper, we don't need to be involved at all. Dude, inventory, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Yeah. Got our emeralds in here. Iron, copper. Andesite, granite. Diorite, iron blocks, gravel. Perfect. Ugh, I do not want to work 7 days in a row right now. I really don't. I like alternate between short and long weeks, and this is my long week. And I work 7 days in a row starting tomorrow, and that just sucks. Sucks to suck real bad. Don't like it. Don't love it. But the following week, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so nice. This is my short week. But the long week, I'm like, oh god, kill me. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt my butt. I don't know how far this can actually reach, but I guess we'll go all the way up to like here, maybe. And that should be in beacon range, and then we can get the rest by activating that one. Alright, we need to fill that one in right there. And this one, I guess, so that we can place blocks easily on top of it. Okay, they haven't filled up 9 double chests of ink yet, so that's good news, I guess. Have not done that much ink yet. I know that the first one is full. Look at that. Oh no, it's not full yet. It needs 13 more, and then it will be full. Oh, balls. We're going to have to relight that beacon, because it probably killed it. Or did we get it in time, like within the perfect frame so it stayed? I don't know. Looks like we may have gotten in the perfect frame. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we just gotta get underneath here, and we should make a line over here, I guess. Let's call it right here. We're still in beacon range, I guess. So maybe. I know we're losing a lot of blocks here. I don't really care. I don't really care. Let's just go over here. Maybe we'll see if we can get that, but I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Oh, that is so nice. Something about the mossification, like getting rid of the moss. Oh, so nice. Well, we may actually be able to do much bigger of an area than I thought here. Okay, all we need to do now is fill in the water here. Which we have a little bit of moss, so I guess let's do that. Again, zero intention of actually filling this water cave up. All we're going to do with it is cover it up and forget it ever existed. That's the way we're doing it. A lot easier to do it that way, in my opinion. Especially when we don't need to get rid of it. Like, there's no reason. It's fine. It's fine. As long as squids can't spawn there, and they can't, because they can only spawn Y50 to 64. So they cannot spawn here in the first place. It's all good. Okay. If we could stop falling down the holes, that would be great as well. I wonder if that would be a better way of mob proofing, by the way. If you could just flood all the caves, like, would that be faster or would that be, like, significantly slower? I have no idea. Good, all that's done and dusted. There. Okay, we will need to fill in that layer. But our beacon doesn't reach over there, so that's not a now thing. Perfect, and I guess, let's see if we can get all the way over here then. One less thing that we have to do, right? Nice, it reaches no problem. That's great. Let's see if we can't do this then. See if we can't do that. Cool. So we just need to add 2 beacons left then total, and we're good. Got this one, that one, and that one. Okay, 3. 3 beacons left, and then we're good. Sure, we're collecting the moss. We might as well use it. Use it or lose it. Alright, cool. Area is secured. Let's sleep. Okay. Very, very nice. Very convenient. Now all we need to do is put everything where it needs to go, and that part of the digging is at least taken care of for now. Copper, iron, that, moss, dirt, and gravel. Alright, that's good. Let's get our beacon and an iron ingot. One of our beacons. Probably this one for the moment. Okay, let's take that and let's go ahead and bring it on over here to the next beacon location. Whoosh. Okay, got our beacon so that we can instant mine again. Not too much left. That's a good amount of sand right there, and then we just have this little portion over here, which could possibly be our like test, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, okay. Making progress here. Obviously, we want it 64 to be the top of this. So this is 69. So we can go 5 blocks down from here. Does that equal 64? What level is this at? This is 63. We may need to go up one more layer with that then. May need to go up one layer with that. Okay, easy though, easy. Probably need to get rid of all of the stuff in the water there. It's coming along though. Coming along. And I am excited for all the dirt and sand that I'll get from this as well. We need tons, and that's a good way to get it. Very good way to get it. I still need to finish the top of this tower, by the way, and we still need to light up the top of this completely. By light up, I mean, of course, carpet, which we could do real quick, actually. We'll use black carpet to make that good. I don't know what our plan was up here, but I guess we should just carpet all of it. And then we'll need to do slabs there. Just because I want to still be able to see the red, but I don't want to be want to be blindsided by it. All right, we got ads. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hello. Hello. All right. Let's get back to carpeting this, because do not want anything to spawn up here. I guess we should use brown for the wood, maybe. Not that it really matters, but it kind of matters. Alright, let's do that. Okay, let's go ahead and carpet this bad boy off so that we don't have any spawns up here and could potentially increase the amount of spawns that happen in our current creeper farm, which is not great. Not great. Whoa. Alright, let's go ahead and just do these portions right now. It's quick and easy to do. It doesn't require very much effort from us, and we'll get the slabs when we can. Just will help with making sure that this area, when it's complete, is 100% spawn proof. Because the ultimate test will be when I let all the villagers go and roam free and have their own stations and stuff like that. I really want to see life here. So that means we can't have any possibilities of anything escaping, because I'm going to release the foxes, the ocelots. I want wolves and like all sorts of animals running around the forest when we're done. But we can only do that if it is totally spawn proof and if there is no way to leave the area. We need both of those things to happen. If there's a single way to leave the area, then it's bad. And we also kind of got to make sure that nothing can come from... Where are we going with that? I don't know. I'm not sure. Alright, beautiful, easy, and let's go get more rockets. Oh yeah, so that nothing can fall off of things and potentially die as well. So like we don't want anything to be able to jump off of a cliff, for example, and just yeet into oblivion. We don't want that. Just take a lot of effort, but should be okay. Ah, bat. Oh, whacked him right in the face. Why did you exist here? You shouldn't have existed there, to be honest. Should not have existed. I wonder if what does brown concrete look like? Maybe we use that instead of the dirt. Or dripstone. If we use dirt, it can be moved by Enderman, is the issue. So the only reason I'm like thinking about it, it's like I don't really want it to be moved. And we do need to use brown terracotta anyway, or brown, whatever that is. Concrete, brown concrete. Okay, do we want to try and do a little bit of building maybe? Maybe this one here? That'll be a quick, easy one, right? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not? Let's get a little bit of dirt for scaffolding. 4 stacks should be okay. We need green wool. Green concrete. Let's get 3 stacks of that. Whatever. 3 stacks of tuff. 3 stacks of acacia. Andesite. 1 stack of moss. 3 stacks of cobble. 3 stacks of mossy. We don't have enough, so we need stone. Okay, so let's put 1 back. Let's get 2 stacks of stone. Let's put 1 back. Let's get gray. Let's put acacia back. Let's get gray. We're going to need green. Let's put 1 stack of tuff back. Get green. Let's put 1 stack of cobble back and get light gray. Sure. Sure. All right. Let's wait so that we can sleep first, and then we'll start trying to figure that out. While we're waiting, I guess is as good of time as any. Open our water, have a little drink. There we go. Sleep, and then we got 10 full minutes here before we need to do that again. So let's go. So I guess first step is figure out the shape that we want to make. And I feel like I want it to be from the cobble layer here, so well, let's just figure it out. Something like that. All right, let me take a look first, see if that shape feels all right, and then if it does, we'll go from there. Yeah, I think that feels pretty accurate. It's like a weird squiggle. Weird. Hello? Hello? Thank you. Okay, so let's try and do some of that. We got a little bit cobble. think we just want to make this line pretty straightforward here. Easy to follow. Here, probably, yeah. All right, and bring that up a little for sure. Oh, we went right into it. We didn't use any stone over here, so let's use some stone. Just do something like that. Let's do that here. Make sure that those are good. Did forget about the stone, so let's kind of buff this up with some stone then. And can't just go directly from andesite, it has to go to stone, so that's fine. Even here, probably. Even though it will just be a little bit of stone, I do think it is required. All right, something like that, and then like this is doing a little bit more stone, it looks like. So this side. Something like that. All right, now we should be able to do this. Let's thicken that up with stone. Here, like that. One up here, there, here. Okay, and then, like I said, we just want to do this. We want to fill this back in with stone. You'll never see it, but I'll know, and we don't want mobs there, so that's also a thing. Would like to go up here, I think. And maybe back here to have this connect. So then we go into our, let's do a little bit more acacia probably. And then we'll go into the tough with all of that. Maybe we go up another side right there, and we just gotta wildly kind of fill this like this. We're definitely doing this the hard way because we're not able to like see this as we're doing it already, so that is a thing, but that should be okay. Oh, we didn't grab any gray concrete. That's a problem. Because all the rest of this needs to be gray concrete. Something like that. Then you want to do like some crazy lines, some extruding lines, sometimes a double. Come back in here, do something like this. I think we need to do this as a double. And something like that to get it all linked up. Oh. Okay, so like all of that. How does that feel so far? That feels really good. Oh, baby. I like that. I like that a lot. We might need to add like one block there, and a little bit of extra detail there, but that looks so good. Okay, we need gray concrete because we did forget to grab that. Gray concrete. Let's refill our stone as well. Okay, refilled stone. Let's get rid of that because we don't need it right this second and get more gray concrete. Okay, we should just be able to fly into things like that. Perfect. And see if we can't make this work. Okay, okay, we can do that. No worries. All right, beautiful. And it's got a link up here, and then we'll do a little bit of this action. Okay. Let's put a dirt there because you're never going to see it. Okay, so this one has to go much further up. Like it literally has to connect to the outside like that. And it should be at least a double. Maybe even a triple. Maybe we step it back a little bit. Put that in here like that. Okay, let's bring this one out again. Something like that. And then I would like to bring this one back. Bring these two up. Something like that. And like that. Like that. And a little bit like that, maybe. See how that feels, see how that looks. Oh, yes! Look at that! Minus the dirt right there, that looks so freaking good. I still want to fix those two little things right there and maybe that little thing there. That looks so good. All right, then the issue... Well, there's a couple issues. One, we didn't light this up. That's the first issue. So let's light this up and so we can actually see what the hell we're doing. Okay, and then I feel we kind of want to keep the shape the same the whole way. So what does that mean for us? It means we do something along these lines and have this be this. Something like that. And a little bit of this action. Yep, that will be fine. Make sure we have ample light in here to prevent anything from spawning. Wherever possible, we're definitely going to still carpet it to ensure that we are safe. Okay, and do a little bit of the step action like this. Like that. Like that. And then this one. Like that. I know that we are wasting a little bit of blocks here. That's okay. That's totally okay, to be honest. This area does need to be totally spawn-proof in here, though. Okay, we didn't bring enough regular gray. Let's just use light gray. No one's going to know. No one's going to know. Yeah, that feels really good. Let's go sleep. There are monsters nearby. There's not. I promise. There's not. Let's go sleep over here then. Fine. Be that way. Be that way, man. Let's go get rid of all the creepers and stuff like that so I can actually take a nice look at this. That looks so good. All we have to do is connect it over here and do that other side. That looks so freaking good. Oh, I love it. That looks so good. It's a very weird art shape too, and I love that. That looks a little flat, but we can fix that no problem, so I'm not too worried about that. That looks really good. The textures all just kind of work together. It looks so nice. And obviously we do need to do that to the other side here. Do we have enough andesite with us? Probably not. We should just bring all of our boxes with us, but you know. I don't need the green ones currently, so we do need the light gray. We do need more cobble. Andesite for sure. We're going to need quite a bit of that. Acacia we're going to need a bit of. We don't need any of the greens right now. Don't need any of the greens. Do need more tuff, more acacia, more concrete. Acacia, andesite. Take the rockets. Acacia, tuff, concrete. One more gray maybe, and one less dirt. One more andesite. Oh, look, it's raining again. Aren't we just the luckiest people on the planet? We just slept, and now we have to suffer through rain. Why? Why do we do this? Why do we do this? There is a little bit of stuff that needs to be taken care of here. All right, that will help a little bit. Okay, that'll help keep us safe in here and also, you know, whatever. All right, we need a lot of andesite. Something like that, and do it all over again, basically. So we got to add a lot of this. All right, now we needed to add a lot of the stone. This is too neat, though, so we definitely need to mess it up a little bit there. This side's a little bit shorter, so we definitely got to just be more careful on that. Try to make it look correct. All right, now we can go ahead and bring that in. Okay, I'm not going to go out any on the acacia. We just want it to link up right. All right, we make it like a wavy pattern again. A lot of just random placing here. Really kind of eyeballing it, making sure that it lines up correctly, but it also is feeling a bit more on the random side. It's really our goal here. Okay, and maybe bring all of those up one before we start. Before we start the tough process here. Something like that. Bring that over, bring that up, bring that up. And then we rinse and we repeat. So we try to bring up as much as we can, kind of, before we get to the concrete. And this side needs to be just slightly higher to make that work. And I think we want to go back here even. All right, like that. Something like that. Like that, probably. Yep. Feels better. Then we need to add all of these bits and pieces. I definitely want to do a little bit more of the bring it on up that we got going here. Yep, that feels good. Feels right. Let's bring up both of these two all the way up. Okay, bring up all of this, and hopefully we brought enough of the concrete here. Go into there, go up to here, and then this one needs to go even higher. So it goes into here like that, most likely. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a torch, or two, or three, or it doesn't really matter. Spam the living shit out of it, basically. Spam, spam, spam. This is an area you'll never see, so our focus is just making sure that it is not going to spawn any mobs, and then we're good. Okay, bring that all the way up, in. Something like that, and it's just a matter of really connecting things now. to make them feel the best that they can. There's no way this side's going to look as good as the front side, I can already tell you, but it's fine. All right, let's take a look. How does that feel? It actually turned out pretty freaking good, not going to lie. Minus that little bit of dirt there, that looks so nice. We're going to add way more detail to this too. Like a little bit of dead vines, and we got to bring the dirt down and all of that, but it looks so nice. It looks so nice. Yeah, I really like that cave quote unquote shape right there. It doesn't look as good as the front for sure, but it still looks very, very cool, and I love that. I absolutely love that. Cool. So all we got to do left is that portion over there, and then this thing is good. This thing is good. All right. It is pretty damn good, though. I love that. Like I said, I do think we need to use brown terracotta up there or brown concrete rather than using dirt, just so that this stays exactly the way I put it. And that will really help, I think. So once we bring this down further, it will make a lot more sense, because then there's a reason for the gray concrete to be there, and that is solely to be the shadow. So the closer it is to the top, the more shadow it should have, and that's why we went with gray terracotta up there, because it's very dark in terms of it, like how much of a block it is. Or the dark color block makes a good shadow, rather. I know I spoke that weirdly, but the more we add to this, and then add maybe some like little patches of like moss or grass or vines or something through here as well, it's going to look really, really good. I'm pretty happy with that. And then once we add trees onto this too, it will add a whole nother layer, maybe like a rock or two and some big trees on here. That could be really cool. And then you have like the gateway, which is also interesting, because we could probably put a nether portal in there, to be honest with you. I don't know. Either way, we're going to go ahead and call that a day for us today. We only did about 2 hours today, but I am still hungry, and I have about an hour before I can no longer eat for the day. So, yeah, we're just going to go with that. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the lurks. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Ciao.